Now ideally I would have waited until at the very least Fighter Pack number 2 has fully been released, but seeing as there's nothing else to talk about, why not I guess. Now Injustice 2 has been giving us DLC characters left and right, and obviously they come in through Fighter Packs. With Fighter Pack number 1 including Red Hood, Sub-Zero and Starfire, and the upcoming Fighter Pack number 2 which features Black Manta, Hellboy and Raiden. And although Fighter Pack number 3 isn't going to come out anytime soon, that's not going to stop me from speculating on who I think will be within this pack. Now the first character that I'm thinking of for Fighter Pack number 3, it has to be Beast Boy. And honestly, I'm surprised that Beast Boy has yet to appear in Injustice 2. Mainly because Beast Boy was up there with Starfire and Red Hood as the most highly requested characters for Injustice 2. And out of these 3 characters, Beast Boy is still the one who is left on the sidelines. Plus he has plenty of potential when it comes down to his moveset and what he can bring to the table. And seeing as how the developers are really focusing on the characters that everyone wants for Injustice 2 when it comes down to DLC characters, to me it makes all the sense in the world for Beast Boy to finally make it into Fighter Pack number 3. And if he doesn't make it, then I would be incredibly shocked. But given the fact that Beast Boy is a highly requested character at this point, it's kinda hard not to see him in Fighter Pack 3. Now the next character I think would make it onto Fighter Pack 3 is a bit of a toss-up, but it's going to be a Watchmen related character. Because by the time Fighter Pack 3 comes around, DC Comics will be kicking off their brand new ongoing event, which is of course going to be known as the Doomsday Clock. So ideally they would want to focus on that and have a bit of synergy when it comes down to the Doomsday Clock. And like I said, when it comes down to a Watchmen character, it's down to 2 specific characters. The first one of course being Rorschach. Now as far as my knowledge goes, Rorschach has been a highly requested character ever since the first Injustice came out. And to this day, everyone still wants at least one Watchmen character to make an appearance as a DLC character. And seeing as how Rorschach is the most popular out of everyone in the Watchmen series, it's almost safe to assume that it's going to be Rorschach if it's going to be any of the Watchmen characters at all. But then you also have to consider Dr. Manhattan, seeing as how Dr. Manhattan is apparently going to be a main antagonist for the Doomsday Clock event. But not only that, Dr. Manhattan also has a wide variety of abilities to bring at his disposal if NetherRealm wants to play with him as a DLC character. However, the problem with Dr. Manhattan is of course the fact that he is almost godlike, and that he would be deemed too powerful to incorporate into a fighting game. But then again, you can counter that with the inclusion of Darkseid. Now honestly, I think that this could go either way, but if I really had to bet on this, and which one out of Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan would make an appearance as a DLC character for Injustice 2, then I'm gonna have to lean in more towards Rorschach. Because not only is Rorschach more popular than Dr. Manhattan, but he's also more of a fighter as well. Plus he has been heavily requested ever since the first Injustice game, and it's also been hinted at that Rorschach will make a reappearance in the Doomsday Clock event as well. And like I said, DC and NetherRealm would like to keep the synergy going between the Doomsday Clock and Injustice 2 to boost up the sales. Now the final character could really go either way, however I'm inclined to believe that the final character will be a female. And why I believe that the final character will be a female is mainly because that one of the many complaints of Injustice 2's original roster is the fact that we hardly have many girls. And out of all the DLC characters thus far, Starfire is the only female in any of the fighter packs. And if the silhouette at the far right is anything to go by, then it's safe to assume that we're gonna have at least one more female to show up as a DLC character. Now the first female that I can think of when it comes down to this silhouette is of course the Enchantress. And looking at the resemblance between the Enchantress in the Suicide Squad film as well as the overall silhouette is pretty uncanny. However, personally, I don't think that this is going to be the Enchantress. Mainly because she's not a popular enough character to warrant her spot in the DLC roster. And also, no one's really asking for her. And the main argument as to why she will be included is because of the Suicide Squad film. However, that film just came and went, so there's no synergy going on around here. And furthermore, Injustice 2 already had that synergy with the inclusions of Deadshot, Harley Quinn and the Joker, with all their character designs being heavily influenced with the Suicide Squad film. However, who I could personally see make it into Injustice 2 is of course Mera. Because for starters, the silhouette does somewhat resemble Mira from the comics, but not only that, Mira is also a waterbender, and I don't think that we do have a character quite like Mira who could bend water either offensively or defensively in battle, and have that being a primary trait. But not only that, we also have the upcoming Aquaman film coming out next year, and Mira will also make an appearance in the Justice League film coming out later this year, so I can totally imagine NetherRealm and DC wanting to promote this character and make her seem amazing. And yes, we already do have Black Manta, but I don't see why not include at least one more representative from the Aquaman series. Now the final character who I could personally see make it onto Fighter Pack 3 is of course Star Sapphire. Now again, I can kinda see the similarities between the silhouette that we've previously seen as well as Star Sapphire herself. But not only that, Star Sapphire has been highly requested, funny enough, more so than any of the other Lantern Corps, and I can totally imagine her being a cross between a Green Lantern as well as Poison Ivy, in which she could summon her own Predator entity. And to top it all off, Star Sapphire is both a female as well as a villain, and although we have plenty of villains in the Injustice 2 roster, the villains are totally overshadowed in comparison to the heroes. And also you have another Lantern, and to me Star Sapphire seems like an ideal character to be included onto Fighter Pack 3. And if there's any female character who should make it onto Fighter Pack 3, I feel like it should be her. Now also some characters who could possibly make it onto Fighter Pack 3 as well, and I would be a fool not to at the very least touch upon the Atom, who has been teased quite a bit recently. But not only that, you also have the Legends of Tomorrow to think about, and it would make sense to include him on there as well. But seeing as how he hasn't really been requested very often, I highly doubt that it's going to be him. But I am willing to eat my words if I am proven to be wrong. And as for Spawn, I am highly doubting that he will make it onto Injustice 2. Mainly because there's really no synergy for him to go by. And sure, his movie is finally moving forward, however I don't think that will come out until at the very least 2020 at the earliest. And if anything, I could imagine NetherRealm Studios saving Spawn for the next Mortal Kombat game, where Spawn debatably better suits in. So my final wish list / predictions for Injustice 2 Fighter Pack 3 consists of Beast Boy, Rorschach, and Star Sapphire. So what do you think about my predictions for Fighter Pack 3, and who do you think will make it onto the final Fighter Pack? Comment below and share some thoughts. And as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Take care and have a good one.